Good morning. Welcome to fight number 2 in the featherweights between Alexis Arguello and Baby Arizaminde. His real name is Albert, but Baby is apparently what he went by. We're going to find out where we're fighting. I forgot to do this in the last fight. 65. We are fighting in York Hall, London, England. Very cool. So this will be in York Hall, London, UK, for an 8-round featherweight bout between Alexis Arguello and Arizaminde. Let's go ahead and find out where Dundee. He wasted Dundee. Well, he just outboxed Dundee. 25. This fight had been in Staples Center, LA. And this fight would have been low card, featherweight, early against a guy like Dundee. Most likely, obviously, historical significance, yes, but in quality of fight, this would have been a low card, right? Probably been an early fight in the night before they got around to the middleweight championship or the heavyweight title fight or something. This fight here in York Hall wouldn't be much different between Arguello and Arizaminde. So Arguello comes in here, of course, 5'10" with a 72-inch reach. We have one of the advantages Arguello had was he was tall and long and powerful. He kind of grew into that as he went up to a guy. Most of the guys he's going to face are 5'3", 5'4", 5'2". Again, Arizaminde 5'4" and a half, 68.5-inch reach though, so damn near as long a reach. Well, 3.5 inches difference for Arguello. Scoring, clearly Arguello, the judges like the way he works. Work rate, Arguello almost double Arizaminde. Intensity is almost triple. Again, he will not fatigue. Arguello will fatigue at 6. And endurance is a big 16-point advantage for Arguello. So again, I expect this to go 8, and I expect it to be an easy victory for Alexis. But this is why we play the games. Again, welcome to Sports and Coffee. This is Fight Card Boxing. This I have fought, I don't know how many fights in Fight Card Boxing since John released it. Lots of fights. I'm always talking about my favorite games, and generally I base that on the games I want to play, or the games that call to me every day. But ironically, it turns out to be the games I end up finding myself playing the most. And even before I'm aware of it, it might be my favorite, and I'm just not yet aware of it, right? But this is certainly my go-to. And I'll explain why one of these days in a review of games. Wow, this is huge. Arizaminde is going to win this. 46, he's over by 1. That's too bad because it would have been a multiplier. So again, I'm going to put here a scratch out. That means he did not earn any damage, which means Alexis Arguello on his roll should win this one. And Arguello, yep, easy, 5. He's going to do 9 points of damage. And again, Arguello suffers nothing, which means Arguello, because he scored and the other guy didn't, it's an easy calculation. He wins that round, like he did to Dundee, 3 to none. All right, round 2. This is Arizaminde again. Oh, this time he does it with a 5. He's going to score 4 against, but at least he scored. And I thought for a minute he got a multiplier. Arizaminde fighting back in round 2. Alexis Arguello goes to work, and he's going to thump him with 5. Another 9 points of damage. This is a war of attrition that Arizaminde cannot win. Let's go to the judges and find out what the judges say. Hopefully they like Arizaminde's work there. It's going to be Arguello 10-9. Judge 1. Judge 2 says, oh, look at this. 9-10. It's going to be Arizaminde. And 3 is going to be Arguello. So Arguello is going to get all but 1 judge in round 2. So already we've got a 20... let's see here. We already got a 29 to 20. No, 29 to 19 apparently. Like that. I can't do math in my head, folks. 96. Arguello's going to mess up and give 7 points back, and that is a bad deal. So that means Arguello absolutely fails to score there. This is Aminde's chance as Arguello blows that round. And oh, but Arizamende also fails to score. And we're going to end up going to the judges, which really benefits. So Alexis Arguello could fail to score any damage and would win on the judges. Probably 4-9 is going to be nope. So Arizamende is going to get the first judge. Look at this. Uh-oh, folks. Arizamende's come to fight. Oh, 12. Arizamende's going to win that one too. Are you kidding me? And finally, Arizamende's going to win. I rolled box scores twice in a row. Uh-oh, folks. He stole that entire round. Every judge loved his work. So there's one where Arguello doesn't drop any big punches. And the judges like Arizamende's defensive work there. Okay, Arizamende is going to fail again a work roll. It cannot go up. And that's a fail for him. So now we're going to check Arguello, right? Arguello here in round 4 is going to score 83. He does score. He gets his work rate, and he's going to do 10 points of damage. And because his opponent failed to do anything of note, he's going to easily win that round, which is a brilliant mechanism. Okay, 83. It's going to be Alexis Arguello. 5. He's going to do another 9 points of damage. And let's go ahead and roll for Arizamende is going to fail to score. Dang. 10-9. So this is where Arguello slipping punches. He was a brilliant counter puncher. He had great head movement. He would slip lots of punches, and then he would level guys with counter punches. Arguello was just a fantastic boxer. And here he's making Arizamende miss punches. That when that work rate roll fails, that just means not only is he's probably not landing lots of good punches, he's not doing any damage. Arizamende is going to fail to score again. So right now, Alexis Arguello absolutely dominating this fight as well, as he should. And we're going to get a 9, another 9 points against. And he'll win that round 10-9. And Arguello is fatigued now, which means he will suffer more damage if Arizamende can put any gloves on him. This is going to be Arizamende. He will score, and he's going to do 9 plus 3 points of damage. He's going to do 7. So Alexis Arguello suffers 7 points for the first time in the fight. He did suffer. He's only suffered damage one other time in the fight. And then 52-4 is going to another 10 points. And now let's go to the judges as Alexis Arguello does a lot of big damage there. It's going to Arizamende on 5 is a win. Oh, wow. He lost that judge, did Alexis Arguello. Remember, the amount of damage they do has nothing to do with the judges scoring, right? It just means Arguello's actually punishing him. 5, 6. Oh, my God. Arguello's going to lose this round. And a 10. Oh, there we go. So Arguello did get, even on Amende's card, he did steal a judge there. And the final round, this fight is pretty much over, but let's go ahead and let's finish it up. Arguello could, with a multiplier, end this with a TKO or a KO in the final round. It's going to be Arizamende. He is going to score, son of a gun. 4 is 5 plus 3, another 8 points against. Very nice. Good for Arizamende. Up, and then we need to roll for Arguello. He will score again, 8 more points off, and they both survive to the end, folks. We got to go to the judges on the final round. Wow, this one went the distance. Not a surprise. 5, quit spinning. 5, 5, 5. 7 is a loss. So Arguello on Arizamende's card steals that judge, and then Arguello is going to get judge 2. And the last judge of the final round is going to be Arguello, 10-9. So he's going to dominate this fight. So judge 1, we have 1 round, 2 rounds. So 80 minus 2 is 78. Which means judge 2 gave... okay, that's going to be 80 minus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 74. 78, 74. Judge 2. 2, 3 off, so 70, wait, 1, 2, 3, yep, 77 for Arguello, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 75, And Judge 3, this is going to be another unanimous decision. One, yep. Only one judge off, 78. And we had no tied rounds. There's another one, 74. So 78, 74, 77, 75. It's going to be another Arguello UD8 win. So Arguello is now 2-0. No knockouts. And he has waylaid, what is today, the 6th of 26 already, bout number 2. So his debut bout in the featherweights, he brings Dundee Dundee actually brings him to a UD, to a decision. And I did my math here wrong. This should have been 78-72. I realized this yesterday, trying to do my math live while I'm doing other things, and talking is always bad. But Arguello wins 78-72, 78-72, 78-72 in a UD8. And here again, unanimous decision, Arguello 2-0. Just basically working on his skills. Young Griffo is next. And again, I've set these in order based on their work rate. So he's working up to the best boxers is Alexis Arguello. This is going to be bout number 3 of his career. This will be FCB. Bout number 3 and 2-0 Arguello versus young Griffo, the Australian Will-O-Wisp. And young Griffo has 63 endurance and Alexis Arguello 79. Another 8-round bout. Featherweight 8, and let's find out where in the world he will have his third bout. 24. I want to do this with a couple other boxers before they meet head to head. So I'd like to do Salvador Sanchez, fight him up. So eventually when Arguello and Salvador meet, they will have a records, and I'll know how they've already handled the featherweight division. Okay, 24. We're going to be fighting in Barclays Center, Brooklyn. Barclays in Brooklyn, New York. New Yorkers. We have not needed our TKO KO finders or multiplier. That last fight, neither boxer earned a multiplier. It is January 6, 26. And here we go, folks. Couple fights this morning as the game moves so smooth. So what do I love about John's games? Accuracy. History. They're always based on real teams, real history. All the data is generally taken from actual statistical data. Of course, for this to work, it has to be based on data available to every boxer. So that limits the amount of data that John uses. He doesn't use any subjectivity for the data. However, obviously, the game, how the ratings are used is subjective, right? How does he take that data and turn it into a game formula? That is subjective, but the data that he grabs is not subjective, which I love. Setup time is that fast. Scoring it my way here by eliminating, because John's scores charts every dice roll, so you can look back and see exactly what dice were rolled and how you won the fight or whatever. I don't care for that. I do want the actual fight data, but I'm not concerned about that, the actual allocation of recording how the dice hit the table. All right. Point is, it's so clean, so simple, so fast. And instead of wasting time giving you the details and the imaginings, you do that yourself. It's abstracted. All right, so Arguello, again, 5'10", 72-inch reach against another 5'4", 68-inch reach boxer here in young Griffo. His work rate's almost double. His intensity's almost treble. He will get fatigued in 6, and young Griffo will not be fatigued as he has an 8. And endurance, again, belongs to Arguello, a plus 16 advantage. So, again, almost everything here is favors Alexis. All right, ding, ding, ding. Alexis Arguello comes out, is going to put on him 8 points. So he's already down to 55. Let's see what young Griffo can do. He's going to get a work rate roll. Brilliant. 8. He's going to do 3 points of damage. But look at that, folks. This is going to go to the judge card. And Arguello does not want this at all. He wants to use his defense and outpoint or out damage. And we're going to be looking at Arguello's card. It is 10-9 for the first judge. So he really wants to keep that work rate down for these other guys. 6 is going to be a win for the other guy. So already we've got a split round. And And the third judge likes Arguello. So Arguello's going to win that round, but barely. All right, round 2 underway. Already he's getting a better fight from young Griffo. This is going to be Alexis doing another 8 points of damage. And let's roll for his opponent. Sorry, trying to do everything with one hand. You gotta roll that die. It's gonna be a failed work rate roll, so guess what? That's gonna kill him, and automatically Arguello is gonna win that round because he scored damage. The other guy failed to score. So that's where Alexis Arguello wants to live. Defensively, keeping this guy's mitts off of him. So you can imagine, again, slipping, bobbing, weaving, counter punching. Alexis Arguello, a master boxer, making this his defense ultimately reducing. That's how you would see that 55. This is going to be another failed work rate roll for the enemy. So as long as Alexis Arguello scores, and it's going to be, 27-4. He's going to do 10 points of damage. And again, Alexis Arguello is going to win that easy because the other guy failed to do anything. All right, round 4 underway. And right now, Alexis Arguello, most of these fights are going to look similar because he's just going to dominate these poor punchers. 10 points of damage. He may actually knock this guy out, which would be excelente for El Flaco Explosivo. And nope, he's going to fail his work rate roll. And again, Alexis Arguello defensively not allowing this guy to put much damage on him, right? Blocking punches with his gloves, covering up, slipping punches. Arguello just dancing circles around these guys. 8. We're down to 19. Let's see if this guy can score anything here on Arguello. And 44 he does. He's going to score 9. 9 is 4 points. They'll take that. 75. And we got to go to the judges because of that, which is not in something Arguello wants to ever have happen. 4-8 is going to be a lost round, though, so Arguello is going to steal that round, even on Griffo's card. And then Arguello is going to get that one on his card. So he's got the first 2 judges. And judge number 3, again, 7 is, he's going to judge 3 like the work that young Griffo did. Round 6 underway. Arguello winning this fight easy. It's going to be young Griffo. Holy cow, 4-9. He's going to drop 4 points on him. So good for young Griffo scoring another punch. And Alexis Arguello on an 87 is going to fail his work rate roll. Damn it, giving this guy the round. 9-10, 9-10, 9-10. Can you believe it? Alexis Arguello gives up +7 to the enemy. And now Arguello suffers extra damage. Young Griffo hanging in there. Young Griffo's going to fail to score, giving back the 7. So we're back up to 78. And that's a failed work rate roll for young Griffo. So here it is. Alexis Arguello going to finish this guy. 8 is 9 points off. We're down to 17. I don't think he's going to knock him out, though. And again, because he failed the work rate roll, it's a very easy calculation as it's a dominant round. This is it, round 8. And it's going to be Arguello with 3, a multiplier. He's going to win this with a knockout. He's going to get a multiplier, folks. 8 times 4 is 32. It's over. -15. And we're going to get a KO result. So how about that? Finally, Alexis doesn't say he quits playing around with his food and is going to drop this guy in the final round. That's brilliant. And 75 is our answer to that quandary. KO from check hook. A check hook catches the opponent mid-charge. He falls backwards, stunned, knocked out. So it's going to be KO. Arguello wins by KO in 8. Number 75 is our descriptor. That makes Alexis Arguello now 3-0 with 1 KO. Now, baby, we're starting to see him flash a little bit. He spent his first 2 bouts getting used to what he was going to be facing, and then late in the 8th round of his 3rd fight, drops young Griffo. Outstanding. KO win for Alexis. Out. Beautiful. And there we go, folks. So Alexis Arguello now with 3 fights under his belt. Next up, he will be facing George Dixon, 5'3.5", 66-inch reach. Great endurance, so he's probably going to go the distance. His work rate roll about 50%. His intensity is very low. He does not knock out opponents. However, his endurance is phenomenal, and I mean his actual round stamina is fantastic. His endurance is almost as good as Alexis Arguello. So he is going to have to KO George Dixon with a lot of heavy punches, or catch him with a flash KO. If not, George Dixon defensively is going to take Alexis Arguello to the end in another. However, George Dixon can't score, so if it goes to the judges, Arguello is going to win this fight. This is going to be this is not a gambler's dream. This is a foregone conclusion against George Dixon, but I think Dixon will take him the distance. All right, everybody out there, have a wonderful week. Bye bye.